Jenna, go get in the cellar. Go get in the cellar. It's an F5. I know it's huge. Okay, all right, bye. I don't think she actually knew the magnitude of it. This thing is sucking in everything. Oh my God, I hope it don't go towards our house, man. I don't know what to say. You feel so powerless. It's going to my town, man. And it's gonna hurt some people. It's gonna hurt some people bad. I was praying that it wasn't gonna go north. If it went north just a half a mile, it could have hit my home. I knew this was a killer tornado, and I knew someone was gonna die.
This is now going to be, it looks like, crossing I-44. This is going to be just north of Newcastle. More than likely, it's going to stay going east here. So this is going to cross over the Canadian River.
After we closed up the shop, I just had this really weird feeling. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go pick Benji up. I just started heading to Moore, kind of went to the back roads because the highways were backed up. And I just remember the people stopping. And I was thinking to myself that, why are you stopping?
Northeasterly now, but early, okay? Oh my goodness.
And that was when I saw the tornado come down the first time. And my wife was texting me back, are you on your way to pick up Benji? I said, yes. I said, stay where you are. I'm going to pick him up.
Oh my God, I can see debris. Oh my God. As soon as the tornado was coming into Moore, immediately I just started thinking about my children because my children are in school that day. But I can see that it just crossed over I-44. That's about 10 minutes away from me. And so I needed to go ahead and get into my shelter. There are ventilation pipes kind of stick up out of the shelter, and when the wind started picking up, it had taken the wind cap that keeps out dirt and moisture completely off, and that was when I was able to see outside. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is the tornado that's about to pass through. I can hear it coming. I'm so scared right now. My shelter is old. It's real creepy, it's dark, and I was frightened to death, and it was pretty traumatic. I'm lost right now. I'm so worried for my boys. I thought the world was going to end, honestly. I mean, the shelter could fail, and I didn't know. My worst fear was ultimately dying.
269 Court is going to be approaching 4th Street. In Oklahoma City, a little bit west of Santa Fe.
Officers started kind of spanning out around the city, trying to stay out of its way and trying to let each other know where it's at.
272, we got some rotation above our heads to the right.
The problem with this storm is it was so large that it was kind of confusing at times. It was 2 miles long. So, officers thought that it was at one place when it was actually covering, a good 2 miles of our city.
A violent tornado going through South Oklahoma City Metro. It is in central Moore. Go John Welsh.
This thing is a monster. It's so big, it's completely lost its texture. And this thing is just grinding right through Moore. As soon as the tornado crosses I-44, which is a major thoroughfare through the city, that's where the heavily populated areas start, the neighborhoods. And when it hit that, it started picking up all the debris, and it almost lost shape because it got so big. And this thing is just tracking, like you said, continuing to go towards the Moore Warren Theater area. Our main purpose is to give people that forewarned shot of exactly where the storm is, what preparation they need to take, and if they're in the clear or if they're not. We kind of take off the TV shirt. We got to put on the life-saving shirt. So this is definitely something that you need to be aware of, and get in your tornado shelter area right now.
If you are living in Moore, this is going to be moving in your direction. You need to be below ground immediately. Now is the time to go into your tornado shelter. We are not, because of Chance's stream that was coming in. we started to see this tornado going into a more densely populated section of Moore.
It's cold iron. Go ahead and go.
Okay, Damon, tornado is on 149th, just across Penn. It's a large stovepipe tornado. It's in the EF4 category or higher.
I was playing two roles that day, chief meteorologist and husband.
This is the tornado now. This is going to be right over. This just crossed over the train tracks.
And I'm looking at the path of this tornado, and it is headed right into the middle of my neighborhood. I'm very familiar with Moore. It is my home. It is what I've called home for the last 4 years. I was texting my wife saying, get into the tornado shelter. But the seconds felt like hours as I was waiting to hear back from my wife.
Damon, there's a big neighborhood edition of nice homes here. Get ready to take it direct in.
I also knew at the same time I had a job and that I couldn't let my guard down. Again, just for anyone that is curious, I mean, I live right here. So you can certainly imagine the emotions that I'm running through right now, but a life situation being below ground immediately.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Theraflu, the power to feel better.
It's sunny out here, but it is cold.
That's a wrap, guys. When your cold is holding you back, you need the power of Theraflu. Now in Kaplan.
Those are things that you're never prepared to hear, but if we were to lose our house, so be it. Knowing that my family was going to be okay in the shelter, that was what allowed me to get through that afternoon.
This is unreal. Power lines everywhere. It's dangerous, very dangerous for me to be here. I'm telling you, it's it's incredible. It was hard to believe how lonely it felt being behind that thing. So it was kind of nice to be able to talk to Jenna on the other end of it. It's taking a line straight east along 134th.
This huge tornado's coming through our town, and I'm sitting in a cellar with people I don't really know that much. So the time I did spend on the phone with my dad was very special.
This thing is sucking in everything. Oh my God, I hope it don't go towards our house.
I could hear the wind behind him on the phone. I could hear how crazy everything was, and I was really scared.
I gotta stop. The trees are down, I can't get through. Jenna, I can't stress to you enough. Stay in the cellar, all right? It was amazing that I was keeping communication with her with an F5 tornado between me and her. Hey, are you okay? But, even though she's in a storm cellar, I thought the thing was going to go right over the top of her. I really did. I was really, really starting to think that I didn't have a home to go to. I'm trying to get back. Okay, so be ready. Be ready.
I cried, especially when he told me, get ready, it's coming. It's going to hit our house. Just be prepared. I'm thinking, dang, I'm about to lose everything.
It's coming right towards our neighborhood, Jen.
There's nothing we can do about it. Nothing. We're helpless.
The tornado has gotten very well defined now. It has really intensified.
You need to be taking your sheltering activities. It will probably be there within minutes, so a dangerous situation.
No, we still got time, Joe. We still got time. Hold on. Stay with it. Wow. Roar. Huge debris. Huge debris.
You could feel the actual roar of the tornado. It was just a beast. It was massive, with huge pieces of debris being lofted hundreds of feet in the air, pieces of homes, cars, just all thrown in the air. We could tell at this point that this tornado was a monster.
Oh my God.
There's people going to die.
We did see people who got out of their cars who were looking right at the tornado as it was coming toward them. I hope those people made it out okay.
Go! Go! Good God, these people. Go! People are about to get. We got a straight road east. This takes us all the way east, so we're good.
Once we saw it get closer toward us, we didn't want to mess with this thing. your natural instinct is to just get out of there. It was just something out of the movies, completely unimaginable. And at that point, you really couldn't believe what was happening to the town of Moore.
I ran from my van into the office. I was asking where's Benji at. She said they're back in the restroom.
I really do miss my mom.
Everybody. By the time I got into the bathroom, the power was out, and I just remember having to tell him that we can't leave. I have to stay here because it's right behind us.
Mom's asking if I'm with you.
He wanted to talk to his mom, so I was taking these video clips at night. I was sending them to her. I told him, "Hey, the boys, if I go, you stay holding on. If you don't hear me, don't start crying. Just hold on. Just listen to my voice and just hold on."
Enter the world of DiSerrano. DiSerrano, the world's favorite Italian.
I was holding on for dear life at that moment. I let out that scream, and then I realized they need me to assure them that we're fine.
I had told the boys, grab one to me somewhere. If you can't reach one to me, I said, grab one and hold on to the bottom of this toilet. I said, don't let go. I held my arms like a football stance over that toilet. And I knew that I had to keep these kids safe. One of the boys said, "Can you feel the breeze?" I said, "Guys, keep your heads down. That's not the breeze. That's the roof. It's about to go." At that moment, instantaneously, that roof was just gone. A cinder block wall that had fallen onto my back, pinning my leg. This debris just started building up. I literally thought I was going to be crushed. I was scared. I was really scared. I wasn't going to come out at all.
There's damage to the roof. It's okay. We're in a brick building. It's okay.
After the tornado had gone over the top of us, I could see the kids were safe. So I opened the door, and I could not believe what I was seeing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna say sick to my stomach. Oh my God. I don't want my boys with me. I'm all alone down here in my shelter. It's so scary, guys. All I can hope is that it's not that bad.
There it is. You can kind of see it on the ground, just the texture of it. We followed the tornado from start to finish, and the total duration was probably, rough estimate, 20 miles on the ground. It's really fizzling out. As we're seeing, I'm going to do another turn here. I'm getting kind of far away, but it looks like it's roping out a little bit, and there it is. It's gone, Mike. After the tornado lifted and it hits you, your home, your town has been completely destroyed by an act of nature. Our
response time to get to the area that was hit was within minutes. But to start the search and rescue and control the scene was very difficult to do because we had to cross the path that the tornado come through.
It takes you a second to just kind of grasp what has happened, but immediately you hear people screaming for help. And there were a lot of people stuck in shelters or stuck under debris.
It's safe, you're safe. It's east of you now. You can come out. They carved the path right through more, though. Right. There, you can see. I'm heading to the east, and all I was thinking about is I've got to get home. I got to get to my neighborhood. I've got to see Jenna.
When my dad said I was safe and I could come out of the cellar, I really didn't know what I was in for coming out and seeing everything.
I'm crossing the path right now. I'm starting to see a lot of damage. I'm starting to see debris all over the roads. It's really starting to become real. Oh my God. Huge amounts of damage. I just drove by a concrete slab and I didn't even realize that the concrete slab was a 7-Eleven. I heard later on that the husband, wife, and an infant baby that died in that store, and you know that was it was devastating.
The results strongly support that these beings are not closely related to any known organism on Earth.
He was able to detect the fetus.
But it looks like it's flying around though, under control. Let's come back, the other one. Fireworks don't act like that. That's like, they don't go down and up. They don't go down and up. Do they? Look, the other one, I can see them flashing. Let's see it. Did you see it then? It's flashing up there. Fireworks don't stop and then just stand still. There it is. You can still see that little white line. You see it? Shit. That's gone horizontal. Just vanished. It's still there, the little dot. That's bizarre. Oh, that can happen. It can't just stop and then do that again. Can it? There's something weird about that. That's bizarre. That is bizarre. Okay.
Tell me why you're confused and so sad. Girl in red, please don't cry, don't be shy. I could make you so clear. Oh, no. sublime, but take your time. I'll be there for you, next to you, right by your side. I could be yours, you could be mine. Embrace me with your shining smile. I could be yours, so cross your line, baby. I could be yours, you could be mine. Embrace me with your shining smile. I could be yours, so cross your line. You never ever ask me if I am the one. Shame on you. I never ever asked you if you want to dance. Shame on me. But if you want to share, I
Hit pause. Excuse me. Hit pause. I have to expose something here. No, not that. Ben Arslan is really good. Hit play.
willing to care about our love. Girl in red, tell me why you're confused and so sad. I could be yours, you could be mine. Embrace me with your shining smile. I could be yours, so cross your line, baby. Girl in red.
Back and forth, I sway with the wind.
Resolutions slip away again. Run through my fingers back into my heart. Where out of reach and it's in the dark. Sometimes I think I'm blind. Or maybe just paralyzed. Because the plot thickens every day, and the pieces of my puzzle keep crawling away. But I know there's a picture beneath.
No one listens because I'm somewhere. Call me, I say I'm somewhere in between. My life is falling to pieces. Red Arslan put me together.
Fingers in my ears to block the sound. My eyes shut tight to avoid the sight. Anticipating the losing the will to fight.
Tropics of yes and no in an ocean of night.
bottle. It looks like a steep incline from the top of another downhill slope of mine. But I know the equilibrium there. In the season, clouds my vision. No one listens because I'm somewhere with you. You see, I'm somewhere in my life is falling to pieces. Somebody put me together. Back and forth, I sway with the wind. Resolutions slip away again. Right through my fingers back into my heart. Right down a reach and it's in the zone. Sometimes I'm thinking I may be just paralyzed. The kills every day, and the pieces of my puzzle keep coming away. But I know there's a picture believe. In the season, cloud illusion. No one listens because I'm somewhere in my love life. You see, I'm somewhere in. My life is falling to pieces. Somebody put me together. My love and mine. You see, I'm somewhere in. My life is falling to pieces. Somebody put me together.
We hear it over and over from investors. I wish I had bought Amazon when they were first recommended by them. I'd be sitting on a gold mine. And it's true. If you had invested in a buy alert at $15, invested it at $1.85 per share, you'd be up 18,000%. And, well, Amazon and Netflix have had a good run. We think these 5 other stocks are
someone just started. No one but me in the corner. My mojo running and tearing on it. Don't die. Now roll it up and smoke it again. Now line me up and start it again. Now fix it up and shoot it again. I can't believe I did it again. started. My mojo running, engine humming, don't I?
Now rolling up and smoking again. Bottoms up and drinking again. Fix it up and shoot it again.
Can't believe I did it again. Why they get through to me? Gotta get my mojo running, engine humming, don't I? Gotta get my mojo running, engine humming, don't I?
Now rolling up and smoking again. It's bottoms up and drinking again. Now fix it up and shoot it again. I can't believe I did it again.
Yeah. I'm the worst host in the history of YouTube.
In 1977, I met a French chef. He said to me, cooks cook to nurture people. That moment is when I decided to become a professional chef. It's an emotional connection that you have to have with food first and foremost. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I've always felt that
if you can't, then it doesn't matter anyway. You will never understand it, cause it happens too fast. And it feels so good, it's like rocking the glass. It's so good, so hip, it's alright. It's so groovy, it's out of sight.
You can touch it, smell it, taste it so sweet, but it makes no difference because it knocks you off your feet. So you
want it all, but you can't have it. Lying on the floor, so you lay down on it and you do it some more. You got to share it, so you dare it, you bear it, and you do it some more. You want it all, but you can't have it. It's in your face, but you can't have it. Afraid, a lie,
The artwork is highly adjustable.
Don't do love, don't do friends. I'm only after success. Don't need a relationship. I'm nervous of the migrant. Don't want cash, don't want card, want it fast, want it hard. Don't need money, don't need fame. I just wanna make a change. I just wanna 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 change. I know exactly what I want and who I wanna be. I know exactly why I walk and talk like a machine. I'm not becoming my own self-fulfilled prophecy. Oh, oh no, oh no, oh no. One track mind, one track heart. If I fail, I'll fall apart. Maybe it is all a test. Cause I feel like I'm the worst, so I always act like I'm the best. If you are not very careful, your possessions will possess you. TV taught me how to feel, now real life has no appeal. It has no appeal, it has no appeal, it has no appeal, it has no appeal, it has no appeal. I know exactly what I want and who I want to be. I know exactly why I walk and talk like a machine. I'm not becoming my own self-fulfilled prophecy. Oh, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh. I know exactly what I want and who I want to be. I know exactly why I walk and talk like a machine. I'm not becoming my own self-fulfilled prophecy. Oh, When a girl will break a boy just because she can. Don't you tell me to deny it. I done wrong and I wanna suffer for my sins. I've come to you cause I need guidance to be true, and I just don't know where I can begin. Ooh, what I need is a good defense, cause I'm feeling like a criminal, and I need to be redeemed to the one I've sinned against, because he's all I ever knew of love.
Call from the wreckage one more time. Horrific memories twist the mind. Dark-blooded, cold and hard to turn. Path of destruction, feel it burn. Still life, incarnation. Still life, infamy. Hallucination, heresy. Still you run. What's to come, what's to be. Cause we hunt you down with a mercy. Hunt you down all night long. Feel our praise upon your face. Feel our chips every move we trace. Hunt you down with a mercy. Hunt you down all night long, yeah.
Locks, runs, out to crawl back in, but your luck runs out. Two. Runs out.
Light that is not light is here to flush you out with your own fear. You hide, but will be found. Release your grips without a sound. Still alive, immolation. Still alive, infamy. Hallucination, heresy. Still you run, want to come, not to be.
Coffee.
Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. You must breathe upon your face. You must shift every move we trace.
Hunt you down without mercy.
I can taste the grit in his voice. It's great.
Ross. In, but your loved ones out top.
Hit pause. All you fucking deep state government pedophiles, you know, their favorite thing to do, allegedly, is they rape kids all day. It's like their favorite thing. Your luck runs out. So let's rewind it so we can hear it again. Why the fuck not? We're on lockdown anyway. Never mind.
Runs out.
Like that is not light is here to flush you out with your own fear. You hide, but will be found. Release your grip without a sound. Still life, immolation. Still life, infamy. Hallucination, heresy. Still you run, want to come, want to be.
Cause we hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Cannot breathe upon your face. You must step every move we trace. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long, yeah. Luck runs out, you blow back in, but your luck runs out time.
chasing your obsession, never to return. This is your confession. Hunt you down with a mercy. Hunt you down all night long. Feel us breathe upon your face. Feel us shift every move we trace. Hunt you down with a mercy. All night long, yeah. Lords, runs. I can cry again, but your luck runs out. Your luck runs out.
Jeff, you're getting burned. By your bank. But the market's